my name is Tracy, and in August of 2025, this month, I started reading again. And so the plan was to read 10 books by the end of the year. So I divided that into two books every month. But I went above and beyond, and I read 7 books in this month. Yay! And so, in the spirit of not losing momentum, I want us to plan out my September reads. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, tea, a snack, and let's get into it. I should preface by saying that this is not set in stone, meaning if I find a book in the middle of September that I want to read, I am going to take it and read it. And if I don't finish all the books on this list, that is fine, because that is what life is. So let's get into my Notion tracker and plan. So this is my Notion template. I call it the library because I am building a virtual library here. And I think the best way to do this would be to go through the goals first. So I do have one active goal, as you can see here, that is to read 10 books in 2025. I am 70% down because I've read 7 books already. Completed goals. My goal for August was to read 2 mystery books, and I did read Not Quite Dead Yet and Drowning, The Rescue of Flight 1421. Most of the books that I read this month were thriller and mystery based, so I did really well there. So now let me just start planning. I have 2 goals I have in mind. So the first one is I want to read all of Stephen King's books. I do know he has over 50 novels, so this is not going to be a September goal, but it's going to be a goal that I'm starting in September. And so every month I will be reading 1 book by him. So I can just write that. The goal type here is author challenge because he is an author. And then the target, I'm going to write 50, but I'm sure there are more books, and I'm sure there'll be more books coming out because even this year he came out with a book, I think in May. What's it called? And I think I'll start with that book, but I've forgotten the name. We'll see. So I've just written 50 as my target. Start date, I'm going to start on September 1st. End date, so I can't read 50 books just by him in a year. I'm going to put this as 2027 December as my end. By the grace of God, we shall see this day. But yeah, end date December 31st, 2027. My next goal is a September goal. I want to get into fantasy. Now my problem is I don't want a historical fantasy book. I tried reading Babel. I have my Kindle here, and for the love of all things books, I just could not get into Babel, and I think it's because of the whole historical aspect of it. I am on page 33, but I couldn't get into it. It was on my currently reading list, bumped it down into up next, bumped it down into my TBR. So I'll just say read 3 fantasy books in September, and then we'll see. So goal type here is genre, target is 3, start date is September 1st, end date September 30th. Okay, I have my goals ready. Let's go back to the main page. These are all the books that have been published this year that are in my database that I want to read. There is a fantasy book here, but it's a historical fantasy. I don't know if I want a historical fantasy. I really don't want. Let's see my TBR list. We do have a fantasy, not historical fantasy, but dark academia. Did I write the description for this, or I pick books because of the cover, guys? Let's see. I think I will read that. So let's put it on up next. Do I have another? Yeah, it is. Oh, I have a Stephen King's book, but that's not the one I want to start with. I don't have any other book that is fantasy without history in it. We can Google. So, let's see. The Invisible Life of Addie Moore? France, no. From Blood and Ash. Okay, this looks nice. I like the cover, but it's part of a series. Do I want to commit? Do I really want to commit? Okay, let's see. I already have this. I don't want anything to do with snakes. Do I want anything to do with demons? Nope. Okay, this one looks nice. The Atlas 6. Okay, wait. Let me first see. How many books are in this series? 6 books. Okay. We will start with you. From Blood and Ash. I think that will be my first. My first fantasy. It is part of a series, so let me just copy that. And then the goal, read 10 books in 2025 and then read 3 fantasy books. What's the name of the author? A 4.2 rating. Average rating is not bad at all. So hopefully I will enjoy that to the max. Let me just. That's one vampires. Oh, okay, fantasy, romance, and then let me just add. Let's see, I don't know. Oh, this one looks nice. My phone. Historical fiction, no. Book of Nights. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I think it's speaking to me. Is this? This is African. I kinda want this book, but I don't know. Let's do it. Okay, I think I have my up next section. Well and done with. Let's bump this down. And then Stephen King. Should I say you like it, Daka? Should I go for this or should I go for what's his new book? This is his latest book, which I do think I'm going to read next. Is it part of a is everything part of a series? Oh, his rating is 3.88 on this book. How many people have rated though? That's the question. 37,000. 2018, 2020, 2023, 2025. I don't think I need to read the first one to read the rest, but if I see that that's the need, then I'm going to have to look for another book. But as of now, I'm going to put it here as my up next. I think that's it for planning. Okay, so we have set up our base for September. So that's three fantasy books. That is the Starless from Blood to Ash, the first one, and then The Deep, and then one Stephen King novel, and I'm going to start with the latest, which is Never Flinch. I have a feeling that I'm going to get into Stephen King, and I'm just going to change You Like It Darker, or should I go with something from the series itself? Because I was reading one of the description and I was like, wow, up my alley because I love detective, CSI criminal minds coming together, FBI kind of thing. It really, ah, or should I just go with You Like It Darker? Okay, hold on. Ah, You Like It Darker. I think I'll just go with You Like It Darker because it's already in my want list. I feel like I'm going to go with The Outsider instead of You Like It Darker because The Outsider just grabbed me by my edges. And so I'm just going to add it on my app next and pray to the mighty God that I'll read it. So I'm just going to finish putting this all together. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will put a link to the review of the books that I read in August on the cards or in the description once it's out. I am happy to be on this side of books, internet, yeah. And yeah, so I will also link my TikTok account as well. You can go and follow there. And I'm excited. I would really love to know what you're planning to read in September as well. Are you planning, do you have a base of the books that you really want to read? If not, that's fine. Do you have like a genre you're thinking of getting into? Put them in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And welcome to this journey of mine, which I am excited to share with you all. So, with that said, I will meet you guys on the next one. Keep reading. Bye.